All right, we're here with Brittanie Ulmer. Brittanie, we just came off the summer fling, and the reason we have you on today is you had a rough go at it, really. Like not from a driving standpoint, but from a car standpoint, as far as engines go, and trying to get back on a track and breakage. But before we get into that, the one thing I noticed about you is, first of all, you and your friends have a lot of fun at the races, win or lose. That's one thing that I think this sport is missing these days. And it's great to see you and McKenna and the rest of your friends seem like you're always just bubbly and happy.
Yeah.
The second thing I noticed about you is that you're all over the place. Like you work with American, you're on social media. I think I even heard you announce at one of the Ace races at one point. Uh,
Oh yeah.
so tell us a little bit about what you do and how do you keep it fun?
I don't know. The biggest thing is like life's too short not to have fun. Just making memories all the time. My mom and Trav have never really put a lot of pressure on me. Racing, just the truth of the matter is it's not something I don't really, the best of the best. That's not what they make a living off of. So they've never put pressure on me that wise. So it kind of just comes like with them never putting pressure on me, it just helps me to kind of relax and have a good time. Things don't go right all the time. Obviously, at the fling, I actually broke a camshaft, so my parents got there and we were warming it up, and there was a loud pop, and I was like, I had broke my distributor in Bristol last year, and that's kind of what it sounded like. And I was like, oh, I don't know what it is, and it wouldn't turn over, and we saw the distributor cap wasn't moving, and we're like, oh, this isn't good. So we figured it was a camshaft. So that's at 8 a.m. on Friday morning. And we had tons of help, Bailey Ferraro, Mikey Bloomfield, Chuck Sanders, tons of racers that, how the racing community is, that just want to be helpful. And we had all of them. We took the motor out, loaded it up in Mikey Bloomfield's truck, and I drove 3 hours to Jess Francis, and he thankfully had a camshaft. So we put it right in. And by 6 o'clock that night, I was leaving and coming back here. And as you can see, there is a lot of people that were helping me. We did have a little bit of issues kind of getting the timing back right, getting it started, idle, all that. But once we got everything together, everything was great. We made the first hit and it started slowing up and we weren't sure why. And we called Trevor Wiggins at Get 'em Performance, and he helped us kind of get the carburetor right and get the car running again. So from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., it was pretty cool within a day. I only missed a day of racing because of all the great help from everybody else. Because I know between myself, my mom, and Trev, we couldn't have done it without everybody's help. So it's always nice to have racers that want to help you. But I think that comes with we would do the same for them. So,
But looking at the pictures here, it tells the story really. I mean, you get right in there. You had engine issues, you get right in there, help out. So I think your perseverance had a lot to do with this, because you could have just been, you know what, I'm just gonna sit back and watch my friends race and just chill out, instead of you take the motor out, you in the same day, first of the main event days, Friday, you drive it back to your engine guy, right?
yep.
And then bring it back, then you got to put it back in, and that's a lot to do in a small time frame. And looking at the pictures, I'm really impressed. It starts with you, really, because you could have had a bad attitude about it, and everyone around you would have kind of felt that and probably not pitched in as much. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Travis has kind of always taught me that like race cars break. Like, there's no race car that doesn't break. So it's gonna break, but it's kind of what we're gonna do after it. And with working at American and being around him a lot, everybody might think the chassis world, it just goes perfectly smooth and oh, here's your chassis. But whether it's, getting parts made that we make or that people help us make, there's always kind of a challenge. And I guess you have two options. You can either throw the towel in or persevere from it. And I like the persevere side of it because I think good things come from that. So
Well, persevere is one thing, and then you hop back on a track, and if I got this right, when you got back on the track, your first hit was 000 after all of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's saying something about your fortitude, and I mean, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's a lot of the people that you surround yourself with, and I surround myself with a lot of people that kind of have the same mindset. My friends, like you said, we're always there to have a good time, even if things do go wrong. You know, what can we do to make it a good time and make it better?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, really. And like I said, I can't say enough about it. You guys always just seem like you're having fun. It's cutthroat these days, especially the bigger the money gets, and you guys are just always smiling. I know that I'm learning a lot about your family. Travis is pretty laid back. Or he seems it. I'm sure
Yeah,
behind closed doors, it's controlled chaos, same as the
yeah,
Flings. Everyone says, "Oh, smooth as silk." Nuh-uh. Behind closed doors, it's chaos.
yes,
But your mother is extremely competitive. She got off the track, and I was giving away some prizes at the time slip booth, and I couldn't even barely talk to her. She was so pissed off that she lost. I'm like, you got to buy back it. But
yeah.
I'm learning a lot about you guys. You guys got quite the mix of personalities.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's what kind of makes us three is we're not all the same, but like you said, one thing we do have in common is that perseverance. Like the world's not going to be smooth and life's too short to sit there and worry about it. You know, what are you going to do to make it better? And you know, even if like I couldn't race necessarily that day, but you know, I'm texting McKenna like, "How are you doing?" So, what are you going to do to make other people stay good as well? Because you like you said, you just never know what someone's going through in those four walls. But if you can overcome it, a lot of good things will come your way.
Yeah, well, you definitely you took a lot to overcome that. And on a much different scale, Kyle Seipel, I don't know how much you knew of him, but he my best friend, business partner since we started the Flings. Same kind of story, but obviously a lot more serious. Late 2018, he was told he had 3 to 6 months to live. And he persevered and did everything he could and survived up until the mid to late 2021. And with that, we've been Ivey Hutto's been a likes the Flings, and I've been friendly with him for a while. And he's also has a golf cart business and wanted to get involved and loved Kyle and loved the story. So because the story is synonymous with that, with Kyle's on, as I said, on a different scale, we want to present the Summer Fling team wants to present you with the I'll lift it up, but it's the Kyle Seipel Never Give Up Award for your perseverance. Yeah, let me try this at the Summer Fling. Um,
That's awesome. That is pretty
Here it is.
cool.
It's a plaque,
Wow,
and also it's $1,000 check
that's pretty cool.
coming your way. So um,
Well, yeah, no, thank you guys. I appreciate it. We enjoy attending every one of your guys' events. We think you guys do a great job and a great job not only running the race, but people that you know necessarily might have had a good lap and their win light just didn't turn on. You guys do a really great job of getting everyone involved. Like everyone that walks away from a fling race understands that or has something. They get something. So anyone that walks away from a fling race, they receive something, whether it's a big check or an award or you know whatever it is that you guys may give away. So thank you. Thanks to the entire Fling staff for everything you guys do. We're excited to continue to attend your events. We're 1 week away from Bristol, and that's one of our favorite places to go. So we're super excited.
well, you never know what's around the corner. It's always an adventure with you girls. I always what's next? Who knows? Maybe one of you will end up in a winner's circle at Bristol.
That would be pretty cool. That's the goal.
Well, awesome. Well, that's the most special award as far as I'm concerned, because of my connection with Kyle. So congratulations.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.